Welcome back to Cousin Talk. We know it's been a while. We were doing some revamping. What are you doing? We have been doing some revamping and just like brainstorming, I guess, if you will, and considering a lot of things. Our mics are different for one. We hope that provides just some clear audio, and just we want to be more serious about our craft. So it was really nice that we got to start right out the gate and watch the reactions we got. She is still playing on my time. We are at work. We've taken so much vacation time since we've been working.
Tell me how you feel.
It's crazy.
Tell them how you feel.
Anywho, Simi just recently, guys, celebrated 14 years of marriage.
Oh, that's so sweet of you to mention. Yes, I did.
So happy anniversary.
Thank
happy
you.
Belated Anywho, that was cute, but she took off work. Our producer took off work. Yeah. He's in the room. But tonight, we were talking about music the other day, not recording, but we just talked about it. And I thought we should have a serious conversation about mental health, because do you remember saying to me, we were talking about music and we were just talking about the current state of hip hop, and you were like, it's become popular for majority of the rappers now that come out to all be depressed or sound like they are just, it's just gloomy rap.
Yeah, it's kind of gloomy, and I think that's difficult for me coming from a generation that was so hype. I mean,
Yeah.
Little John had it locked down. That was all party stuff. So it was just like even if the lyrics or the content was a little violent with what they were saying, the vibe was so happy and jump and you on go. But like this is like
they could give any message they wanted to because it was fun to hear. Which speaking of which, sorry, we're kind of turning into music. But I just said that the other day about Cardi B. I was like, you don't got to be that talented to write your own stuff. If it's fun to hear, you say what you want to say. But we'll talk about that in music. But today we're talking mental health and we're tackling it. And I thought it sometimes almost has become cool to have issues with mental health, like on social media and stuff.
Yeah,
I don't care for that.
You know what I think it is? I think it's just become so much more acceptable to say, I have a problem. How do I solve this problem? Yeah. And I can't be mad at that. Like, I just have to give it up to this generation who's saying, especially within our culture,
right,
realizing you have a problem and then trying to do something about it.
Right.
Because, previously we grew up maybe in a household, or it's been passed down from generation to generation, that it's something that you need to be ashamed of.
Right.
So then you don't deal with your problems.
Right. And I think so it's two ends of the spectrum. You've got it's cool, it's trending to have these issues, but then it truly is something you need to work with or figure out. And the climate of, like you said, being comfortable enough to, like, my generation at least, it's a lot of things my generation just won't put up with, whereas before us, they would endure it.
Yeah.
And then after us, that's a weird generation. But our generation is like very vocal, and I love that because it's okay to say, hey, I need help or I'm struggling.
Yeah.
And that's why it's so welcome, like you said, and I love that. But I think, I guess I was having a conversation with a friend of mine, and I was telling you a little bit about it. We were talking in the car about social anxiety. And I did not know that that's what I had been dealing with for like quite some time. And I remember I was just kind of explaining to her, and she was actually shocked. She was like, you are one of the most lively people I know, da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, I am fearful of when I leave a room, do they really enjoy conversation? Was it really that fun? Am I just thinking it was that fun? Or I'd be like, we were at an event together. I left. She stayed. And I told her, I'm like, on the way as I'm driving home, I'm like, y'all were, I don't know why I kept telling myself, like, they're probably talking about you like crazy.
So really just that self-doubt.
Self-doubt.
Yeah.
And she was so shocked. She was asking where that came from. And I'm just like, I think years of listening to people that would tell me, you're too this, you're too that, you're too da-da-da-da-da, you're too smiley, you're too happy, you're too whatever the case may be, you're too dramatic. So it's just, I start to doubt myself. But then the same people that say that about me are the same people that would be like, what are you doing this weekend? You want to link up? So now I'm confused because am I to those things or am I not? Because if I was truly that, why do you still want to be around me?
Good question. I mean, some things I think that, you're going to have those people in your life that are truly your friends. And they truly are like, I'm saying this out of love, that this is something that is a character flaw that you need to work on. Then you have people who are, again, just so down on themselves that when they see you higher than they are, personality wise, characteristic wise,
why?
I don't know why he started laughing. They want to bring you down to their level. So
hi.
I'm saying when they see you, that they feel like you have all of this confidence.
Right.
And so they want to tear you down a little bit just to kind of even things out.
Right.
Not to necessarily cause you harm or to really belittle you or to embarrass you, but it's just to like, let me just tackle on your self-confidence a little bit because I don't have as much as you seem to have. So sometimes people just come across, sometimes people are just trying to
rain on your parade a little bit.
Yeah, and portray, a little bit of what they're going through.
Because maybe they think you're fronting a little bit. Maybe they don't think that you're truly that happy.
Yeah, and they're trying to test you, right?
Maybe they're testing it.
They're testing it, and then it's like, we tried it to go out somewhere maybe without Kelsey, and it wasn't as fun. So yeah, let me link back up with Kelsey.
No, I don't think that's true. I think that, well, for one, I'm not that fun. Let's be honest.
You are that fun.
I am a homebody. But
no, you're fun.
Okay, well, people can have fun without me now because I don't want to. Let's not attach that because I don't want to go.
Stop.
But her response to me saying all that, she was like, "Oh, that's Simi."
Wait, hold on. Now I gotta ask: was that before COVID or after COVID or like during?
That I would deal with those COVID, things.
That this conversation went on with you and your friend.
Oh, this was just a few months ago. Okay,
so us. Post-COVID,
we were having this conversation. I think also too gearing up back into the mindset of it's summertime, we back outside, but it's like, are we? I don't want to be back outside because I don't want to re-enter environments with people. COVID was the best thing for me. I mean, I gained a little weight, but it was the best thing for me because I didn't have to be around people. Yeah, and I'm so a people person.
Yes, I'm shocked to hear you say that too.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I don't like it. I like being around people I'm comfortable with, but it's so crazy because at the same token, the same people that I've been comfortable with in the past have been those people that complain about me. So they put me in it's like a mind game. I don't know, how do I be a little bit less of myself to make you comfortable, or do I not go around you?
Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with acknowledging those things about yourself once someone acknowledges it for you. Sometimes, like none of us want to be told this is a flaw. You have this characteristic flaw. But when it is brought to your attention, you can work on growing out of that, or you can work on progressively improving that character flaw.
Right.
And you have to give that person that time, because at the end of the day, we're imperfect humans.
It probably depends on how honest you can be with yourself though too. If somebody tells you, hey, you're dramatic, you got to be able to look in the mirror and be like, well, here's the thing though. I can look in the mirror and be like, oh, you're dramatic. But
do you think that's your character flaw?
That I'm dramatic? Mm-hmm. Well, here's the thing I was going to say. It depends on how you look at it. I don't think it's a flaw.
Oh.
I'm not. And what about it? And what about it? Because here's the thing. I was dramatic when you met me, I'm sure. Yeah. Or I was dramatic the first few years of us being friends. So all of a sudden, if you decide you too dramatic for me, you're going to have to kick rocks, because it ain't like, what am I supposed to, you want me to change?
Honestly, I was going to say, for me, my character flaw that I've been told 1,000 times by different people is that I'm sarcastic. And at first,
very.
Shut up. At first, am I sarcastic?
But is it a flaw though? Why are you saying that?
See, but that's the thing.
Why are you saying flaw? Who said that it was a flaw?
That's the thing.
It was a complaint.
It was, yes. I said it was I made it a flaw because someone told me, or people told me about it, and I thought, because my interpretation of somebody that's sarcastic is somebody that I didn't think I was. So for someone that I care about to tell me that, or people that I care about to tell me that, I was just like in shock. But
does that truly offend you, or does that worry you?
It used to.
Okay.
Then I got to a point mentally where I was like, that's one aspect of me, Simone.
Right.
I can be
Ooh,
sarcastic.
I love that you said that.
There's other aspects of me that trump that. Like, yeah, I'm a sarcastic person, but I'm also a funny person. I'm also a talented person. I'm also a good listener. I'm also loyal. Like
my cousin, you are on point. You wasn't saying none of this when we was talking about the topic we was gonna talk about. Wow, I love that you're saying that.
Yeah.
Look at me being dramatic, but that's some good stuff.
I'm saying, like, you have, and that's not saying that is not saying that I'm going to. Then people don't know what they're talking about. They do know what they talk about because those are, like I said, those are people that I know care about me. So it's something that I can work on to kind of like make it so that that's not the first thing people think about.
I was about to agree
me.
with you really fast, but then I wanted to think about it only for a second because I feel like it depends. A complaint or an observation. As a family member, I can observe this girl is so sarcastic.
Yeah.
But it's how. What do you do with that? I laugh. It's hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I will come to you sometimes seriously like, this is what I really want to do, da 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 da. And you hit me with some sarcasm, but we laugh and we go back to it. It's not like if you walk away being truly offended, then I don't know that you were so much focused on caring about Simone and wanting to help Simone better herself than you were your own feelings. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you took the time to complain about that for what? It wasn't because you want to help her better herself. It was because your feelings were hurt. You were thinking about yourself. And that's the thing with people who I think give complaints or assign character flaws. My character flaw is my booty chin. Is that a character flaw?
That's a physical flaw. That's like your own physical flaw. That's not a character flaw.
Let me think of a character flaw. I'm stubborn. That is a flaw. Okay. I should not be as stubborn as I am. Yeah. But
it's a part of you, and it's something that isn't the first thing people get from you when they first meet you, right? I'm like you said, stubborn. I'm more loving. Oh, I don't? No.
Oh, that's good. I'm more loving and I would think more loving and like thoughtful than I would be stubborn. Yes. But I am stubborn and I know that and I think it's something I should work on. Have I worked on it? No. Am I going to work on it?
Time will tell.
Let's drink some Rays.
Oh, okay. Drink some Rays.
Wait, I'm stubborn with myself because I told you Ray and nephew is just like woof. And here I am but I kind of got a little accustomed to it.
Well.
Anywho.
Welcome in.
Yeah, welcome in for real.
So what are some other things you wanted to kind of tackle in regards to this topic?
I ain't finished telling you her response to that.
Oh, okay.
She truly didn't believe me at first. But she was like, which is another part of you said our generation is very vocal about this. On TikTok, there was a video explaining social anxiety. No. I'm lying. Backtrack. It was a TikTok video explaining people that have social anxiety but are people persons. However you say that. Yes.
Yeah.
Me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm a people
outgoing.
Did I burp in the mic?
I don't think so.
Oh, I'm a people person.
Yeah.
But I have social anxiety. Mm-hmm. And so she was like, the video went in to explain how your social meter has run out. Mm. So when you are on E, now you're like pushing yourself to engage, mm-hmm. but you're worn out. Now you're starting to look at your social ability as a negative thing because you truly are exhausted. And I was like, when we were driving in the car, I'm not going to make this up. I felt like, I was like, are you tearing up? Check yourself, because it spoke to me. Mm. But I truly didn't realize I've never given myself time to go from E to full socially. Yeah. I feel like I am expected to always be on. Yeah. And that drives me insane because it would be days where I'm just tired or just hungry, like today. And people be like, what is wrong with you? Or why do you have an attitude? And it's like, I can't be tired. I got to always be laughing, telling a joke, hyper dramatic, something. Because if I'm not Kelsey or I'm not on, it's an issue. And I'm just like.
But again, it's not an issue. It is an observance. This person is acting differently than they normally do. And I want to tap into that because I want to see, is there something I can help him with?
But it's how people do it. Mm-hmm. Don't assign an attitude to me. Don't assign something's wrong. Yeah. Hey, what's going on? But I don't like that either. I truly don't. And that's the proper way to do it. You should, if you see I'm not, since we're talking about me, but anyone in general, if you see we are not our normally bubbly self, check in. But I personally don't like it. Oh. Because if you call yourself checking in with me and I'm not what you think I should be, I'm going to immediately feel like, what are you talking about?
Mm.
You know what I mean? And I don't know how to
receive that.
I don't know how to receive that because why are you checking in? There's nothing wrong with me. I just want to be to myself today. We had people over not too long ago, and I stayed up in my room. And I was like, dang, what's wrong with him? And it's like, nothing's wrong with me. I'm just not feeling
social
like that today.
Yeah.
But you can't do that.
Yeah.
I feel like the only time I'm going to get to do that is when I'm in my truly own space.
Yeah.
I don't want to have to go pay rent somewhere else if I don't want to have to do that or if I don't need to have to do that just to get a social break.
Yeah.
Like, I'd be thinking about, should I just go buy a hotel room this weekend? I don't want to have to do that.
But it's okay if you do. Because I think the one thing that's also very good, I think socially that's being brought out, I just keep seeing more and more and more is, what is it? Take Care Sundays? Am I saying that right?
I don't know, but I love the way it sounds already. Tell me.
Self-care, excuse me. Self-care Sundays. So, it's that day before you have to get ready for the week. Oof. And you are literally just, like a lazy Sunday. You are literally just taking time to do whatever it is you need to do. Get your spiritual food. Get your physical food. Get your mental health in check. Self-care. So maybe it's washing your hair. Maybe it's grooming yourself in any kind of manner. Maybe it's taking a little bit more time to apply oils and light your candles, listen to some music that help you get into a good mental space, because all week long it's just go go go, and then you get to the weekend and you really want to take the time to be free with no care. But self-care Sunday is a little bit different. It really is that time to, do I want to read a book? Maybe I want to write in a journal. Maybe I want to just get a little bit different of a different break.
I think everyone is entitled to that. People that don't maybe need that, fine. I'm not one of those people. I might need a self-care Friday and Sunday. Right. So if you don't catch me on Saturday, but so for me personally, it would be like my self-care, I guess, would be Fridays a self-care day.
That's wonderful.
But Fridays are also most people's after work, let's go kick it day.
Yeah.
So it's tough.
Because you feel that added pressure.
And Sundays, I'm down to go do a little something because I've already got my.
Oh, because you already had your self-care day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm also a little greedy. I might take another day self-care on Sunday. So
it's
tough.
Wrong with that. I know for me being a mom, I definitely see the importance of that, because my kids are far from being babies anymore, but even though they physically are not babies, I mentally am still looking at them like, oh, you need me. And then you get to that point as a mom when your kids get old enough and you're like, oh, they don't need me. So, well, now what am I going to do? And
do
then
you have a self-care day?
I don't.
You don't.
But I'm going to start. Actually, you know what? I'm going to start. I'm going to start this Sunday as a goal.
No, because I might want to hang out Sunday. Do you?
You want to do a Target run, don't you?
Oh, yeah. We haven't done that in a while. We should. Self-care doesn't have to be staying at home. When we would go to Fridays would also turn into Starbucks and Target. It felt good. But for me, sometimes it would be washing my car and parking it. Don't touch it. Please don't ask me to use my car.
Oh.
It makes me feel mentally good. It's on a full tank of gas. It's washed and it's parked.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to get in bed.
Yeah.
And we're like, can I use your car? I'm self-caring right now.
Honestly, I think, and it's crazy how sometimes work can do that to you. Doing a chore, like for women, I know for sure. I think that for some women it's vacuuming, for some women it's folding clothes, for some women it's washing dishes. Those
are very relaxing things for me, by the way.
Are they? You like doing that?
Yes, you know this. I love.
You do.
I don't know why that is. If I can pop my headphones in and get to it, I'm good.
Yeah.
I love to clean up. It makes me happy.
Do you want to come back here?
You know what? And so basically what she had said was
right over my request.
No, it does. It really does.
You like doing that.
Yeah. I like to make things, but then of course not living on my own, I have the stress of I have things where I want them to be in perfect and tidy, and then when it's that way, are you going to stick to how it is? I'm policing people in my house.
Oh, Lord.
I know it's hard.
Don't do that.
I opened the fridge the other day. The creamer wasn't where it goes. The ketchup wasn't where it goes. None of that. the milk was bottled orange juice. And I'm like, I literally.
Oh, so your OCD kicked in.
Yeah.
Okay.
So speaking of that, I'm glad you said that. So I tried to tap into something.
Oh.
We said at first I probably shouldn't, but I might as well.
What?
I went to the therapist.
Don't laugh about it. You're crazy.
They were like, yeah, he needs the loony bin now. Why did I laugh? It's the nervous laugh.
Okay.
But I'm comfortable.
Yes.
I'm getting comfortable. But
yes.
I only went to one appointment. And I only went because I knew that my OCD was hitting new levels.
Really?
And I couldn't stop it.
Can you give me an example of one thing? Well, you kind of did just now with the condiments.
I sometimes go in the kitchen and open the dishwasher and take out all the dirty dishes and put them in correctly. And then
there's nothing wrong with that.
And sometimes I'm saying sometimes I be like, I open it and I'm like, not in the right spot, and I close it and I'm like, it is gonna be what it is gonna be, and I come back 10 minutes later.
And you come back because you're like, I can't let it go.
And I can't understand why someone would put a plate full of like gunk in the dishwasher. You know, you have to rinse that off, put that stuff in the garbage disposal, and then put it in. Why can't you pre-rinse?
You know, I have watched a couple of videos, and now with the way dishwashers are, they actually say do not pre-rinse because you're not letting the soap do what it's supposed to stick onto something. So if you rinse it off, now I'm not saying don't clear your plate, but like if you completely rinse it off, it has nothing to stick to and adhere to. So you're supposed to kind of leave it. Oh,
I mean, that's fine and all, but then why would somebody put the cups in the plate section or the bowl section? That's weird. Those hooks aren't made for that. Right? Right? Okay, so nonetheless, I felt that happening to me. And I'm like, this is getting crazy. I guess I had one appointment, okay? You asked for one example. We on all of my business.
Sorry.
I went and met him, and I don't doubt he'll ever see this. So I knew right away it wasn't going to work. Personalities just didn't match. So I did sit through. He gave me some pointers. Like, he listened to me explain, why do you think you have anxiety? And I said, and he was like, wow, those are very, high anxiety stressors for people with anxiety. So he was like, most likely that's what you're dealing with. And we talked a little bit about socially too. And he was like, but those are also sounding like you have a need to control. Mm-hmm. And I'm just like, I don't. But it was very helpful. So since then, and that was like maybe 3-4 weeks ago now. I haven't been back. I really don't know that I feel the need to have to go back. Mm-hmm. But it was an eye opener to be like, okay, I tried it. Yeah. And it was true. Yeah. I need to control. And so I'm working on that, not rearranging the dishwasher.
I am nervous. I am scared to make an appointment for myself. I do have recognized within the last year or two, especially due to COVID, recognize that I too suffer from anxiety and that I can't handle things. I don't know how. I don't have the tools.
Like frustrating
figure
things,
out how to just stressors. Okay. So I think that
do you want to give examples like I did, or do you feel like, Kelsey, you're psychotic?
No, I don't think that you're psychotic. I feel like I don't know. I guess it's just hard for me to pinpoint. Well, okay, I'll say this much. Socially, for me, I've always had social anxiety. I didn't know what it was. I didn't know that because I would be so nervous, and I mean literally nervous, to speak up or speak to new people or introduce myself.
What?
Mentally in my head, I would be going through so many things. Oh, no, they're not going to like me. It was all about that self-doubt, and it was all about that, what if I say something stupid? What if they don't like me? What if they don't like the same things I like? It was all of these extra worries that it dimmed my light. It caused me not to be as social as I would want to be. Whereas for me, which is weird.
Never guessed that.
Which is weird because my personality, although can be laid back, I'm not a shy person. Right. So like I would have no problem getting on a stage and performing. I feel like it's very forced. I feel like I'm literally playing a character.
Me too, though.
Like mentally, I'm like,
yeah.
hi. Yes, I'm Simone. Oh, hi. Yes, how are? It's not that I'm being fake. It's just that I know I have to put on like a.
My
extra.
Friends I went to a pool little thing the other weekend, and they were just saying that to me. They're like, "You're so fake." They were like, "You're not you when you're meeting new people. You're not the you we know."
Oh,
and I'm trying to tell them like it's not fake. It's just
a difference.
I feel like
that comfort.
No, I just like you said, you feel like you got to put on. I don't know like where that, but it's a part of the anxiety of what if they, because these people already know us that we are dealing with now.
So you're comfortable with them.
But, and not even that, because what if these are people that you've known for a minute that are, your stressors that you said you have, are those self-imposed? Or, see, yours are self-imposed, but mine, I feel like have been a battle of people telling me what I am and who I am.
Oh, yeah. No, mine is self-exposed. To a degree. I never knew how to deal with things that people would say about me or say to me, and really take control over that. Like me mentioning that whole idea of me thinking about being a sarcastic person, that took a minute for me to be like, yeah, that's only one part of me though. Like,
I love that you said that.
That is true. That is who I am. That is how my personality is. But it's no malice. Like it would tear me up if I said something to somebody and even being sarcastic, it would tear me up to think about that I dim somebody's light or I made them feel bad about themselves.
Right.
Because I don't come from a place of malice. I come from a place of, well, no, don't do it like that. Like I'm trying to be helpful in my mind. So I try to be more self-aware to make sure that my approach is not, I don't care anything about you and I'm just going to give my opinion. Because I don't feel that way. Like I just want to be able to say what I want to say.
Well, that's hard too, because I agree with you in that area, because it's like, if I find out I've hurt someone's feelings or offended them, I beat myself up.
Yeah.
But then at the same token, I'm conflicted. Do you not be honest to spare someone's feelings? And so now I have a whole other issue that I'm mad at myself. So I will find myself doing things I'm uncomfortable with or letting things happen that I'm not comfortable with. Because I don't want to, trust me, I am changing that.
Yeah.
But it's always, I talk to myself literally about that. I think about things and I'll think about stuff that happened months ago, years ago, and I'm beating myself up that you allowed someone else's comfort levels to take precedent over your own.
Yeah.
And because you didn't want to hurt nobody's feelings, but you also didn't want to come off being the bad guy.
Yeah.
Or whatever the case may be. So I'm getting there, but it's tough.
It's tough, but it's important again to have self-awareness, but also to have self-acceptance. You have to accept certain things about yourself because you accept those other things about those people. Those same people that are observant and that are like, you're this and you're that. You allow them to be who they are. You just haven't vocalized it to them yet. So it's like in that moment, that person has vocalized how they feel. Give them that space to. And then later on, if you want to, or in that moment, you vocalize, and not as you said something about me, I'm going to say something about you. I just mean like, you know what, you're right. And I'm going to try to work on that. But then also, you know what, this is how I feel that you tend to do this. And so let's work toward a, what is the word? Like a, not confrontation, but let's work toward figuring it out.
Let's figure it out. And also in the same token,
resolving. Like let's resolve.
Because there's no way, like I said, that no one's comfort level is more important than your own. But also at the same token, if you're letting other people around you live their truth, live yours.
Live yours.
Live yours. Just because someone says so. I think those are two major takeaways in the conversation so far. Don't dim your light because someone else wants to shine a little brighter. But also accept yourself for who you are. The more you fight it, the crazier mentally you'll feel. The more I fought being a dramatic person, or the more I fought being a sensitive person or a stubborn person or whatever character trait we're talking about, the more I fought it, the crazier I felt. And it was like, you can't fight yourself.
You can't fight
You're going to lose. So just be yourself, and the rest, people going to have to decide, do they want to be around you or not? Do you want to be around me or not? And if you're not around me, that's cool. Maybe it's in what I found to be too, it wasn't that you didn't want to be around me, but maybe you were around me a little too much.
Yeah, you need a break.
You need a break. I think when you're younger, you just want to go with your friends weekend after weekend after weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, kick it. That's what I used to do. Mm-hmm. And now it's like, okay, we a little older. I need that break.
Yeah.
You don't got to see me every weekend, every other weekend. If I see you once a month, I think we're good.
Yeah.
Now, I'm seeing you every weekend and you don't have a choice. Anywho. But I'm glad that we did talk about that because it just felt like it's so important and it's so overlooked. And you said something about culturally being passed down. Mm-hmm. How do I want to word this to be politically correct? Certain cultures will say, no, I don't even believe that. Majority of older people will say, it's not even your culture. It's an age thing, I think.
Okay. A generational
Did you pray
thing.
about generational? Pray about it. Get over it. Yeah. It's like only so many things because 50, 60 years ago, mental health was probably not taken as serious.
It was shunned.
It was shunned.
You put a Band-Aid over that, and if the Band-Aid gets old and falls off, you put another Band-Aid on it. Don't.
You're not about to embarrass this family.
Don't really fix the problem.
So, and let me tell you, one thing that the man said at the appointment, he was like, he's like, how do you feel that you need to be here? And I was like, did I say I needed to be here? I just wanted to try this out. But he was like, prior to COVID, 4% of people in the United States were being treated for anxiety. After COVID, 2 years later, 44%.
Wow.
And I was like, wow, he was like, so now all of a sudden, anxiety has been recognized in the medical field as a mental disability. Mm. And I was like, I don't got no mental, who are you talking to? I don't have that. So we did talk about the TikTok video. That was pretty important. Also, too, the interview I showed you of Nicki Minaj and Joe Budden.
Sometimes you'll say something in front of someone and you're thinking that they know that they're pretty, or they know that they're smart, or they know that they're talented or whatever. You're thinking that this is what this person thinks about themselves, so you'll say certain things around them or to them. But a lot of times you don't know how insecure a person is or what their insecurities are. So when you say certain things, if around women especially, you can never take them back. You know what I'm saying? So where they might have been playing with me, probably thinking, oh, she's confident, she's good in her own skin, they don't know probably that I always had that insecurity. Mm-hmm. So they're just joking. They didn't mean any harm, but it wasn't a joke to me. I was laughing, but I didn't find it funny.
When she says people make comments or jokes about what they assume you're confident about, mm-hmm. to me, it spoke volumes.
Really?
Yeah. Have you ever dealt with that or no? No? No. Because people will, I'm trying to think of something specific, but it's tough. But I've had people make fun of me about something that they thought was something I'm confident about. Mm-hmm. So whether that be you talk too much, mm-hmm. You do too much, but really I'm insecure about talking too much.
Really?
Yes. So I would start talking less, and now they're like, "Why are you acting funny?" But I don't want to talk too much. Oh. You just told me I talk too much, mm-hmm. but they're just kidding.
Yeah.
So it's like that. It clearly is. I'm crazy.
But it's like, how do you?
You never know.
How do you know that person is just joking and they don't mean anything? I mean,
like you said earlier, all jokes have truth.
Yeah, all jokes have a little bit of truth. Like, I feel like that person is like, I'm joking with you, but I do kind of feel this way about you.
Because they can't have. They were joking with her saying you need a bigger butt, and when she goes and get this, what are you going to do now? Now I spent money on a bigger butt and my career is booming. You really want me to think you thought I was just kidding?
Yeah.
Or you? No.
No, I'm saying. I understand what you're saying.
But then I guess in real life, I start talking less mm-hmm. because you joked that I talk too much and now I'm acting weird.
Yeah.
So it's like, what was I supposed to do?
But I mean, again, it's a difference between a characteristic flaw and a physical flaw, because once you get them booty shots, what you gonna do? How are you gonna get that lessened? Well, how are you gonna take that
expire?
Out? They don't. I mean, okay, you do have to keep going from what I've heard.
Kylie Jenner's lips deflated, right?
They did.
Or did she just take them out? They're back to normal. Did you just take those out, or weren't those just shots?
They could have been just shots that wore off, and she didn't go back
up on it.
Yeah, she didn't refill.
Nicki, maybe she did that and just started genuinely liking it.
Yeah.
Because that's another thing. Maybe what if I start talking less and genuinely like talking less?
That's something that people have to adjust and get used to.
Yeah,
they had to get used to her butt.
Is that really a getting used to type of thing?
I mean,
who is that a problem for?
It's not a problem. I don't mean like I got to get used to this, but it's like a observance. Like,
well,
whoa,
I'll be honest though.
I'm not used to my sister looking like that.
Let me tell you,
that kind of thing.
She went too far a little bit. Went too far. I think too much.
You know what it is? I just saw like a clip of her talking at the Met Gala, and it was so cute. Her and Lala were talking, and she was like, "Oh, I'm trying not to spill out of this dress because I believe they sized it according to what I was like before I had my son." And Lala was like, "Yeah, they sized that dress before Big Papa." And she was like, "No, really, they did." She was like, "These things came out of women. You don't know how your body is gonna react after you have a child." And more than one child affects us in a certain way and in a different way. And you cannot compare your body to anybody else. And you shouldn't. You shouldn't have to. I mean, unfortunately, society is going to have an opinion and tell you this is what's hot right now. Big lips are hot. Long hair is hot. Short hair is hot. It is what it is. But at the same, it's a society we live in. But you have to mentally be able to check in also and say there's certain things like that are a trend that I can either tap into or not tap into.
Right. Or it might be hot, but I gotta stay true to myself.
Yes.
I just don't have that. I just don't want to go and do that to fit in. Because to whose standard am I living up to?
Yes.
I mean, men probably, women, like you said, get it worse. I think guys, as of late, maybe have felt the need to look like an Instagram man. So maybe they felt like they have to hit the gym more and, clean up their eating. I know I went through that a little bit. But I just recently was like, I'm going to embrace this grown man weight. And it's going to be what it's going to be. So it's hard, though. It is hard. Yeah. But growth is good. Embracing the change.
Embrace the change.
Well, I feel like this was a very much needed conversation.
Yeah.
It was our first pretty much serious conversation. We still brought us to the table.
Yes.
But it was still a very serious and important conversation that needed to be had. And I hope that you guys see us in a different light, that we're not always goofy, we're not always laughing. But we take the time out to truly talk about serious things, too.
Yes.
And important things at that. So if you have, and honestly, don't be afraid to, like you said, embrace yourself, be yourself. But other videos we've always said, like, comment on the video, you ain't got to tell your business. But if you like this type of content, let us know if we should tap into more serious things. We will get to the topics that were given to us. So music is coming, traveling, concerts are coming. But I like talking about serious things too.
Yes,
we can't always talk about what's trending, okay? Because Simone likes vacation time. And who celebrates their anniversary for 3 weeks?
It was a celebration.
A celebration. And we actually have vacation coming up soon. So we'll have some content to come. We're going to get some guests coming on the show soon. Yes. That's exciting. We have more games. Games went crazy. They ate them games.
Yes, they all did. So, thank you.
We're going to play a red flag game because we still have to talk relationships. And we're going to have to do... We recorded the red flag game that we created, and it's original to us. So when we put that out there, no one else has ever done the red flag game. That should be the next video.
Okay,
because I'm hyping it up.
We can do that.
No one's ever done it. We did record it, and I accidentally deleted it, and I'm sorry. But we're going to get that out to y'all. It's going to be so fun. So thank y'all so much for supporting us.
Thank y'all.
This was Cousin Talk.
Peace.
Cool. You a fool for this one. Fool for this one.